Good morning, sports fans. You're in the cheap seats, 96.3 FM.
And we're back.
We're back. Josh Komnick, along with Joe Ryan, and beautiful day, Joe.
It's very nice out here.
Although you're wearing a sweatshirt
the
for
scenery,
some odd reason.
Well, I've learned that from the great Coach Spears from years ago. You remember
Really?
Coach Spears?
Yeah.
He taught me about him. You know, the farmers are all smarter than us. You put that shirt on under a sweatshirt, you work out, you get that shirt wet, you stay cool the rest of the day.
Really?
I'm a believer in it.
That's what you're going to try today.
I do it in football all the time, like
Really?
double sessions and stuff. I hate the sun. As you can tell, I don't tan well, and I'm not. I don't like sunburn, so I like the sweatshirt in the summer. It's all right.
Okay. Well, we're out here at the Humane Society of Logan County, the Volunteer Appreciation Party. The committee to re-elect Logan County Sheriff Steve Nichols and Bright Idea Screen Printing and Embroidery have brought us out here today out at 1801 East Lincoln Parkway here in Lincoln. There will be refreshments and prizes, and you can become a member for only $5 during the event. Take a tour of the beautiful new Humane Society of Logan County facility. View plans for the Forever Home Pet Cemetery. Purchase your Ales for Tales tickets to be held July 12th at the Lincoln Elks Country Club, and find out how you can provide a forever home during the June Cat Adoption Special. Join us out here, 96.3 FM live from 11 to 1. The big dogs will be here. We're just
We're the puppies.
Yeah, we're kind of that pregame.
Yeah, they bring the big dogs in later on.
Right. We get the party started, and they finish it off.
We're the two that are fighting, and nobody's really watching. We're losing teeth and can't breathe. And
special thanks to the committee to re-elect Logan County Sheriff Steve Nichols, Bright Idea Screen Printing and Embroidery, and WLCN 96.3.
You a pet owner, Josh?
FM. I became one when I
had kids.
No. Yeah, I've got two of them. They're males.
That's the reason I didn't have pets, because I had kids.
No, I became a pet owner when I got married, yes. My wife had one.
A dog?
Still, yes, we still have it.
Thank you, young lady.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Thank
There's
you for the
plenty
water.
more, so just
Perfect.
let me know,
Perfect.
okay?
So, yeah, I am. She's on the downhill, 13.
13. I love dogs. I'm not a big cat person, but
No,
I
I
love
don't
dogs,
like cats either.
If I were wealthy and had a big yard, I'd have 100 of them, but I'm not.
You've
So
got
I
both.
don't.
Okay, it's just you just don't have the big yard. But, Joe, a lot of things going on, sports. We've got the Central State 8 All-Conference. The Player of the Year was announced. The All-Conference was announced, two of them being Railers. So we'll talk a little bit about that. Of course, the Miami Heat win the championship on Thursday night, I believe it was. And also the Blackhawks tonight. We talk about the Blackhawks.
Is that 2-2, Blackhawks?
2-2.
Right.
Game at 7 o'clock tonight. A thing we talked about that we were kind of hoping for last week. Rochester quarterback Lunt is pledged his services to University of Illinois. So by far, Tim Beckman's biggest pickup. We'll talk a little bit about that because it's been so blown up. I mean, it's been everywhere. And I'm sure everybody, unless you've been living under a rock or don't follow sports or the Illini, you've heard about it. But
they haven't heard us talk about it.
Right.
Which is pretty important.
Yeah, right, yeah. So we'll talk a little bit about that. And, of course, the Cardinals, Cubs, they had that series. I don't even know how it went. I know the Cubs won one.
That's
all
they got was one.
That was it. And then they won last night, I think, over the Astros. But that's basically two single-A teams playing each other. And the Cardinals got a tough one. What, Angels? The Angels? Texas.
They're in Texas, yeah.
Texas.
They got beat last night.
Yeah, I saw that. Breaks my heart.
We should discuss the big fire that went on downtown Lincoln last night.
Yeah, but
it's not really sports news.
Yeah.
Hats off to the firemen.
Yeah. I wasn't in town for it. I didn't see it, but I did get some pictures out of it. I'm sure you were there next to your place.
Yeah,
of work.
you know, I'll give some kudos out to the firemen because we don't, you know, you see them lounging around. I make fun of them. You know, they're lounging around out there by the firehouse, working out. You know, but. You know, hats off to them because when things like that go on, they all jump in, and I know that's tough going, and you know you have to be in shape, and they did from what I understand and saw, they did an excellent job of containing that fire into only the one building, or it may have got into the second building there, but you know it could have been way out of control. So
sure,
nice job to the fire department.
Yeah, everybody involved. I'm sure there were a lot of volunteers. Also, I got to give a quick shout out to my wife. It's her birthday today. I won't say the
25.
age. Close. She is into the 30 range now, so happy birthday to her. And
yeah, happy birthday.
Yeah.
She makes me look nice.
That's That's right. Yeah.
Not necessarily today, but
Your hair isn't the... Well, you got a hat on, so. Joe, Central State A baseball.
yeah, let's talk about some of those guys.
Let's just go through the standings. It's a little past due, but they brought out the Central State 8 all-conference team, and two of them wore a Lincoln Railer uniform. The winner, and I think they shared some of this. Glenwood was by far the best record, 22-9. Although Sacred Heart Griffin 26-8, I guess 26-8. Griffin was 12-4. We had three at the top. 12-4 was Glenwood, Jacksonville, and Sacred Heart Griffin, all at 12-4. So of course they had quite a few. The winner, the player of the year, was David Jacob, of course, pitcher and hitter. When you're in high school, you do pretty much everything. David Jacob was the player of the year. Pitcher, batted .459, 3 home runs, 30 RBIs, and 11 stolen bases. He was also 8-3 on the season with a 1.99 ERA, 61 strikeouts. Was he's two-time Central State 8 Player of the Year. So this wasn't, this wasn't a joke or anything. Guy's been doing it for a while.
Player.
Yeah.
Was saying there where he's going to go?
It didn't. I was looking for that too, and I didn't see it. Maybe we'll have, if anybody knows, you can give us a call. We're taking phone calls, 737-3791, 737-3791, and a couple guys from Chatham, of course, a couple guys from Springfield, some more from Sacred Heart Griffin, but your Railers, Colin Antone, a junior second baseman, got on base more than half the time and finished with .457. So he was 2 points off the lead for the conference highest batting average. This Jacob kid hit .459. Colin Antone, .457, 15 stolen bases for the Railers. And if you followed it all in the paper, his name was always there with a couple hits every day.
Had big hits, yeah. I've followed him, of course, he's a little kid and played in heat baseball, and he's an excellent hitter. Good kid. Like to have him out for football, but I don't know, maybe he was scared. I'm not sure.
Anyway, he put the bat on the ball pretty well this season. .457, Colin Antone, Central State 8 first team, just as a junior, and also a junior for the Railers was Tyler Horsham, third base, outfielder, and pitcher. He drove in or scored more than a quarter of the Railers' runs and was just as effective on the mound. He started 4 times in 11 appearances, but picked up 2 wins and 3 saves with a 2.46 ERA. And it looked like I was just trying to find what Tyler hit, and Tyler hit .388 this season, had a couple home runs, 33 RBIs, and 121 at-bats. Right around the top there was sophomore Gavin Block. He batted .354, no home runs, 19 RBIs, went to the plate 79 times. So good stats for the sophomore. Sloan was right there at the top, batted .350, 13 RBIs. I know he had quite a few stolen bases.
He's going to Lincoln College. I know that.
Yeah, and so is the catcher, I believe. Hop also
Hop,
right there.
yes.
Yep, Hop there.
Lincoln had a good team.
Nice team,
they got 20 wins, didn't they?
Yes, 23 and 13. So
good season.
Yeah, really nice. 10-6 in the Central State 8. So a good season for Coach Courtwright, and a lot of guys right up there in all of the loss or the records and the stats and stuff. Lincoln's Block, 2 wins, 1 loss, a 1.21 ERA. So it looks like he had the best ERA, but he just didn't have the innings pitched. Only 17 innings pitched. Some of the guys were over the 60s for innings pitched. So not only a good season, but 2 juniors on the all-conference, Block up there, several other guys up there. So some youth coming back for next year too. Absolutely.
You know what? The baseball program has a lot of kids playing it. They're a good team, and unfortunately they sit, kind of like football does.
Yeah.
With you got Chatham and Sacred Heart Griffin sitting out there, and now Jacksonville coming on. So it's a tough conference. I see Herman Senior in there again.
Yeah, Herman Senior. What an athlete! He had to be a player of the year in a conference. As Central State 8, I mean, for all sports, he was the Central State 8 male athlete of the year.
Yeah, player of the year in basketball, all conference in football,
and then now all conference here.
Yeah.
And the out area that I saw was Will Schneider from Riverton. Of course, his dad was a great basketball player here, and I'm sure he played some other sports too. Well, he was the all-area player from our I guess the Springfield area, Lincoln, and all the area schools. So what a career he had.
Another three-sport athlete that was all conference and
right,
everything.
Right, going to
I
Lincoln.
followed him in football, and he had big yards rushing.
Yep, good basketball stats, 20 a game almost, I think, too. So Will Schneider was the out-of-area.
Probably learned a little bit of that stuff from Brad.
Oh, I know
Brad
basketball, football, everything, baseball. I'm sure Brad's listening as he just went by, too. So we'll be getting a phone call.
Thanks for listening, Brad.
We'll be getting a phone call. Hey, guys, we got to take a quick commercial break, and we've got Joe's got a trivia coming up. As soon as we come back for a chance to win 2 tickets to Knights Action Park, you're going to have to give us a call at 737-3791. When we get back, Joe will have that trivia for you. You're in the cheap seats, 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com. The committee to re-elect Logan County Sheriff Steve Nichols and Bright Idea Screen Printing and Embroidery are pleased to invite you to the Humane Society of Logan County's Volunteer Appreciation Party today from 11 to 1 at the new shelter located 1801 East Lincoln Parkway in Lincoln. That's where we are right now.
That's where we are right now.
Along with Joe Ryan. And we just added a Community Action Partnership tent. As soon as the sun went down, Joe thought it was a good idea to put the tent up, but it was scalding hot for a while. We had it off to the side.
It's nice now.
Yeah, it's perfect now.
It's like air conditioning.
And we're getting set for the ever-popular trivia that the winner, by calling 737-3791, is going to get, which would be not a bad thing to do today or probably tomorrow, Knights Action Park tickets, 2 of them. If you can answer the question...
It's high dollar value.
Given by Mr. Joe Ryan. Joe, are you ready?
I'm ready. I want to talk a little bit about that bubble and crude that came up. That commercial we just had for D&D. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
What's bubble up in your yard you can't take to the bank? That's pretty good. Who thought of that?
Had to be number 2.
It's not bad.
Had to be number 2.
That's Petey thinking of that stuff. You know what? We've been asking some questions up here that I think that were a little difficult, so I'm going to try to make this easy on you out there.
A little rough.
We'll see if there's any Detroit Lion fans out there.
Okay.
Tony Simple, an ex-Lincoln athlete that made it, played 9 years in the NFL. He blocked for a Hall of Fame running back out there. Tony Simple from Lincoln blocked for a Hall of Fame running back out there. That is being inducted or just got inducted last year, a couple years ago. So if you could name that running back that Tony Simple blocked for, the Hall of Fame running back, you're going to get these Knights Action Park tickets.
Yeah, 737-3791.
And the phone lines are lighting up.
Did you?
That was a good, easy
long
question.
Time to figure that. Yeah, that probably took a long time to think of.
Well, I work on this constantly.
I know.
I ride that bike and I think.
2 tickets to Knights Action Park. Give us a call, 737-3791. And you can, if you have the correct answer, which is pretty easy, I would say. Most NFL.
One of the best.
Yeah. Most NFL guys that watch the NFL are going to remember this guy. And we've got a caller calling in, I think, already, as I am working on some stuff here.
You're looking up the answer, aren't you?
No, I know the answer. We're holding here for a second. I think he's getting ready to. We got a caller. Caller, go ahead. You've got a chance. Now, you've got to name the running back that just went right through those big holes that
the Hall of Famer.
Tony Simple.
Hall of Famer running back. Yeah, Simple just knocking people everywhere.
Right. Caller, what's your answer there?
Well, Barry Sanders. Wow, you must be a Detroit Lion fan. Is that correct? I was just going to say, and to have a female caller come in, or are you male with a high pitched voice? Are you there, caller? So we got a hold of some Lions fans, and you guys won something. I'll tell you what, the Lions fans haven't won anything in years.
She's got two tickets now. 2 tickets now, though, to Knights Action.
2 tickets to Knights Action Park. You can stop by Joe Ryan's office. Oh, right here. If you're out here today.
Yeah, you can stop right here from 11 to 1 at the new shelter and pick those up. We'll have them here, but then the big dogs will still be here from 11 to 1. So stop on out at the shelter and take a look at this new facility.
Yeah, can we have your name, caller?
Missy. All right,
Missy.
that would probably help, I guess. Or all right, Missy, thanks for calling in. And
are you able to get by her?
Okay.
Do you know where we are?
Humane Society on 66, the new building. Okay, perfect. We'll be here all the way until 1 o'clock. Thank you.
All right. Thanks for listening.
So
there's Lions.
There
are Lion fans out there. Well, we want to give the prizes away.
Yeah.
We got to make them easy. What color was George Washington's white horse?
I'm assuming white.
Joe was thinking about it. little unsure of himself.
So we got the tickets. That was quick. That was easy. Got those given away. So somebody's going to enjoy some tickets to Knights Action Park. Now we've got the NBA Finals, which are over now. It was done Thursday night. And I think we talked about this last week. Who did you pick last? You picked the Heat, didn't you?
Well, I just don't like the Heat. The Heat will win it, I said, but I didn't want to see them. But they will. You knew they would.
Yeah.
They laid down so they could go back home. The NBA loves this 7th game.
Yeah.
Everybody makes money.
And that they did, although it was close all the way through. A good game. As far as talent-wise, Spurs versus the Heat, I don't think there's any question. But I think you get into just guys that understand how to play the game and all that kind of stuff. The Spurs definitely had that. Going. Yeah, so I'd have loved to rather seen the Spurs win. Not that I'm a huge LeBron hater. It just seems like now that he wins this one, everybody's after him like crazy, like he's the worst. Guy doesn't get in trouble. I mean, he plays the game the way it's supposed to be played, and now it seems like everybody hates him.
Yeah, you can only be on top for so long before people don't like you.
They find something to complain about or gripe about, but I don't have any problem with
Now, how
the
long
guy.
has he been around? I'm not a big NBA fan. But
I'm not either, but
he came right out of high school, right?
Yes, the number 1 pick out of high school. And
He's been around 10 years?
I would say he's got to be getting close to at least 8.
I tell you what, he's proven himself. I mean, that's a fact. Yeah. You know what really turned me off on him was the lottery thing, and that they had on TV, and he was going to pick where he was going to go and all that stuff.
With the whole Miami Heat.
Yeah, that turned me off.
Yeah, I think that hurt a lot of people too.
Because I don't like any players in any sport that think they're larger than the game.
Right.
If they try to be bigger than the game, then I don't like them. But
well, he did, and I think that's kind of gone by the wayside a little bit now. But now that he wins this another title, guys, just flat out. Can you imagine him playing as a tight end? Now he could literally probably stop basketball tomorrow and try out for the Bears. Let's just say. And he would probably make it as a tight end.
Yeah, they would just keep tossing him the ball and letting him go.
Yeah, the guy's amazing.
Could probably block a few people, too.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
You see him getting up on a defensive back.
Or extra point. That's not going
just
anywhere.
Release to the safety and go grab a guy that weighs about a $190.
Yeah. So, the Heat win, although the NBA has now drawn out. It's almost as long as NASCAR anymore, now that this has been going at least 8 months. It seems like, anyway.
It's forever, and it's why I don't. Yeah, none of the games mean a thing to me till it goes to the final series, and then like the 7th game. That was kind of exciting to watch.
Yeah. I enjoy watching the playoffs. I do not watch the regular season. I've said that before, but they just don't play hard, and they finally play hard when there's something on the line. As far as the championship, so I do watch the playoffs, but that's about it with NBA. So. We'll put a wrap on that for the season. Spurs lose. Heat win 2 in a row for the Heat. It was a good job, or a good thing that Ray Allen decided to come to Miami this year to win a championship, and that he did. Hit the biggest shot probably of his career. That fallback 3 in the corner after Bosch got that rebound was huge. I think that was in Game 6 actually, but they're good, and I just wasn't excited about them winning as I would have been either. Tim Duncan and some of those other guys, I guess.
No, I feel the same way, but it really changes my life in no way. So we're all right.
Right. Yeah. So we're good.
Radio show went on, didn't it?
Still goes on.
You want to talk about West Lunt?
Yeah, let's talk about that real quick. We talked about it on last Saturday that the Illini had a chance to get a sought-after quarterback, because even when he came out of Rochester, a lot of people wanted him. Notre Dame was there, Oklahoma State. Obviously, you end up going to Oklahoma State. Anyway, the year passes, he gets hurt. He wants to transfer. He's down to Illinois and Louisville, and things fall out. I believe it was Tuesday morning, or Monday, I can't remember. I've got that Twitter thing, and I follow a lot of people from Illinois basketball and football and stuff, and it just took off. He had committed to Illinois, which by far the biggest sign of Beckman's short career at Illinois.
Absolutely.
It might save his job for a couple of years.
It can really turn Illinois football around from the sense of, there'll be some high school players now that
some wide receivers.
They'll take a shot at Illinois because they know, is Beckman, we talked about this, I think, but Beckman's going to have to open that offense up now because Lunt's he's a shotgun quarterback that wants to throw the ball 45 times a game. Let's spread the field, dump the ball everywhere. Some national recruits may know, or they will know this. It'll give them some incentive to come to Illinois. And, if we can put 40 on the board, we can beat a lot of teams that score 39.
Well, yeah, that is true.
Most of them.
Western Michigan is where we got the new offensive coordinator. And from what I understand, they had the playbook wide open, threw it as many times as they could throw it in a game. And and Lunt even said on an interview that I saw, he said, that's what I want. That's what that's the type of guy I am. I catch it and I see the field and I can see where I got something and I'll put it on the money and I'll hit him in stride. That's my game. That's where I'm the best. And that's why he went to Illinois. He was worried that the Louisville offensive coordinator was going to do the same thing that the Oklahoma State offensive coordinator did. They did well. Their offense was rolling. He got a head job. He's gone. Sure. So he is probably right in that Beckman's he's not going to have to worry about this guy leaving here real soon unless we kick him out. So the decision, obviously, I'm excited.
That's exciting football.
And as you said, he's already talked to, you're familiar with the kid out of Sacred Heart Griffin, Malik Turner, a 3-star wide receiver that is already been offered by Illinois. I think Iowa's there.
Sure.
Lunt's already talked to him. I mean, you've already started something now where he's saying, hey, man, you can catch the ball. I can throw it. Let's go to the same school and have some fun.
That's absolutely, Malik is a stud. Yeah. He's quick, agile, athletic, can jump.
Yeah.
And it is exciting football. I know that I've had people ask me before, why don't we spread the field like Griffin and Jacksonville and open it up and do that stuff in Rochester? And I mean, the fact of the matter is that, you have to practice all the time to do that. You have to have the athletes out to do that. When you don't have that, you got to kind of become a more ball control offense. You've got to control the clock, the ball, try to stay in ball games. But if you're a fan watching the game, boy, that's exciting. Shotgun, 5 wide, 4 wide.
Yeah, the West Lunt thing was great. Where Illinois is maybe somewhat on the rise. He needed that, I think. Beckman needed that in order to give him some confidence that we're getting a guy. They had a 4-star out of Chicago that is excited that Lunt's going to come there. Now, I don't know if I'd be excited. I mean, I know you can't pencil him in, but you've almost got to pencil him in as a starter, not this year, but next year, because he's got to sit out the year. The way he can throw the ball. I mean, he started at Oklahoma State, for goodness sake.
And Lunt is a winner, and there's a lot to be said about kids that are winners.
Never lost on that field.
Yeah, I mean, he just
2 state
all
champions.
he did was win, and there's a lot to be said about that. They know how to win. They create a winning atmosphere around other players. He'll be a leader. It's going to make me want to go over to those Illinois games. I love to go watch him play. He's a great kid. I've met him several times. Over the years when we were playing. One thing about his character is when he was injured, his senior year when he was injured and he couldn't play the first 4 games of the season, and he was getting on the bus and riding to freshman and sophomore games and on crutches and getting on the sidelines to help the freshman and sophomore quarterbacks work on things. Nice. A lot of kids wouldn't do that. A lot of kids would just stay home and go, well, I'm hurt and it's all about me. But not Wes Lunt. I'm a fan of his. He's a good kid. Get your Illinois tickets. They're going to be fun over the next few years.
Yeah, hopefully because it hasn't been prior. So.
No, it hasn't been.
It hasn't been. I went over to one last year and it wasn't Wasn't pretty, but yeah, good
Yeah,
things to
now
come.
now those guys that I know that have season tickets won't give me any.
I know.
Yeah, so
You couldn't give them away for a while, and now you can't get them. So hopefully that's a good sign. Also, real quick, Illinois basketball. The number 2 ranked the big man, power forward, Cliff Alexander. He's out of Curie, Illinois, Curie High School anyway. It's Chicago somewhere. Has narrowed his list down to 10 schools. Pretty good options. Have 10 schools that say, hey, come play for me. But anyway.
Would you have 9?
Yeah, and they weren't quite as big as that. But he has almost everybody you can think of, but he has trimmed his list down to 10. Illinois is in the list. It seems to be that what I read, Michigan State's the front runner. He was just on a visit to Kansas yesterday. He's at Illinois today for a visit. You know, those guys go there about every week, it seems like. But
Sure.
But that's good news. And then also the number 1 ranked player who's also out of Chicago, his Okafor is his last name, Jaleel Okafor, just a huge man. It's like 6'9", 6'10", 260, 70 pounds or something like that.
Wow.
He's also listed Illinois in his top 7, I believe, top 7 or 6, something like that. So would be great to get one of those guys, obviously. Coach Gross has got, it's kind of the great spectrum as Coach Gross has it going in basketball, I think. Maybe not great, but good. And then you're down, it's just a reversal of what's going on.
Well, what do you think of Coach Gross?
Love him.
You like him? Yep.
Yeah, I do a lot of, I watch a lot of his press game or post-game press conferences and stuff. You can catch it on a bunch of the Illinois websites. What a speaker. I'd love to go and listen to him speak. The guy's intense. I mean, he'd be intense right now putting that tent together with those ladies over there. I mean, the guy is he's just a maniac, and I love that part about him. I think he can coach. He's getting good players. And I've always said this, it doesn't matter how good a coach you are. If you don't have good players, you're not going to win. And,
Players make plays.
Yeah, the poor and Coach Gross can't do that kind of stuff. So I think he's on the trail. I think it's coming up. My worry is that he's become so good and it gets a lot better that some other spot is going to come up.
Well, that's always going to happen.
And that's what scares me.
But, you know, kind of exciting for, you know, let's face it, you know, when you talk Illinois sports, it's, you know, they have many others, but you talk about football and basketball, and really things could start getting very exciting over the next 3, 4, 5 years for Illinois football and basketball.
What's nice is we're not that far away.
It's
an hour away. So
it isn't a bad trip. It's a 2-lane, but
yeah,
it's all right.
Yeah, it's not too bad. So good things for the basketball. At least we're in conversation with these guys. I'm not saying that you have to have 4 or 5-star guys to win. It helps. But it definitely will be a plus if you can get we need a big guy, and this Cliff Alexander, I don't know if you've seen him at all, but you can YouTube him or whatever. He's an absolute animal.
No, I haven't seen him.
Oh my gosh, you got to check. He'll rip down the rim if he could. So
maybe we're going to coax him in with that new field house we're going to do.
Yeah, State Farm.
Yeah, they're going to redo all the stuff or something.
Yeah, nice renovations and stuff. And hey, there's Brad again. Talking about
Brad doesn't even honk at us.
Talking about Will, showing him everything he knew. But hey, Joe, we got to take another quick commercial break. We'll be back in just a couple minutes. We're out here at the Humane Society getting ready for the Volunteer Appreciation Party. We're the pregame. The big boys come in from 11 to 1, but we're here for another at least 20 minutes. So give us a ring, 737-3791. If you got a topic you want to talk about, anything going on in the local sporting world, we're here to converse.
We're open.
Yeah, we'll be back. Cheap Seats, 96.3 FM and WLCN online.